Hi everyone. In today's video, I'm going to discuss if PhD students should be reviewing papers for other journals or conferences. Now, many times, if you are a PhD student while you are doing your PhD, you will get invitation from editors of journals and conference papers or conferences, rather, to review papers for them. And at this point of time, you might think whether you want to go ahead with this or not. I'll give you the advantages and the disadvantages of doing so. So the advantages is that often you want to develop a relationship with the editors of especially journals in which you are interested to publish your papers, either during your PhD or after it. So you want to develop that relationship with the editors, and in that case you might review papers for them. Oftentimes, PhD students feel that they may not have the capability or the competence or the background or the experience to review papers. In this case, you have to be honest with yourself. Firstly, you may confirm with the editor that I have done this when I was doing my PhD. That I wrote to the editor, telling them that I have not completed my PhD. Should I be reviewing the papers or not? And most of the editors, what they will say is that if you have the background, if you have the experience, if you have the knowledge, even though you may not have completed your PhD, you may have published in that area. That's how they know you, or you were recommended by the writers because maybe they feel that you are the right person to review the papers with your background. You may have industry experience, you may have academic experience without a PhD, so you may have the required experience. So if you have the required experience and the knowledge especially, and the awareness of what is being published out there, then you should definitely go ahead and review it. So your competence or your lack of PhD should not stop you from reviewing the papers. However, if you feel that you do not have the required competence or the experience and knowledge, then you should be honest with the editor. You can ask them, or you can let them know that you don't feel that you have the required experience or the knowledge to do it, but you are happy to review papers sometime in the future when you feel more confident about it, or maybe if it is especially in your area of expertise and not remotely linked to it. And the disadvantages of reviewing papers is often that once you start reviewing papers for journals, often they will keep sending you, and not only do they send you, but other editors come to know as well that you are reviewing papers, and that sometimes you respond quickly, so that makes editors happy as well. So they will keep sending papers to you, and you will have to keep reviewing it. Nothing wrong with that if you want to develop relation with the editors of the journals where you are interested to publish. But what happens is, while you are doing your PhD, it takes away time from your PhD. You get distracted, because you have to spend considerable time in reviewing papers and providing feedback, and that feedback should be detailed. It should be professional enough for the authors of the papers to know what is it that you want from them or how they can improve the paper. So simply reviewing it but not doing a good job will often put you at a disadvantage with the editor. So the editor might think that you're not very serious about reviewing the paper. So my point is that if you have decided to review the paper, you must do a good job of it, so that you can develop a good relation with the editor. But if you just decide to review the paper and just you do a half-hearted job, and you don't come across as a professional or knowledgeable person, then the editor will be a bit miffed, and they will not be very happy with to develop a relationship with you when it comes to your papers, and because they might feel that you have the same attitude towards writing your own papers. So make sure that if you have decided to review it, you have some time allocated to do so. Don't try to make everyone happy. You can't make all the editors happy. Maybe pick and choose the editors which you like to develop a relationship with, but also make sure it doesn't distract you from your PhD. Your PhD should be your focus. That is what you should be trying to finish first before you go ahead. You will always get opportunity to review papers. You can even let editors know that you're happy to do it once you have some time off, or maybe you are on a Christmas break, or you are on a longer break that you have decided to take from the PhD, but always prioritize your PhD. So that is my answer to you, that feel free to go ahead and do the review if you have the experience, but always make your PhD your focus. Alright, thank you for watching today's video, and I'll put up my next video very soon where I'll talk about the imposter syndrome that PhD students often suffer with.